Proficient Protection Agency is based out of Alameda, California. If you have security service needs, Proficient Protection Agency can provide armed and unarmed security services. They service Northern California Bay Area, and you can find them at www.ppasecurity.com. If you want to advertise your company on Survival Talk Radio, just send me an email to daniel@daniel-shrigley.com, and we can make arrangements to advertise you or your business on Survival Talk Radio. Are you a fan of survival? Do you like all things survival? Full spectrum survival, urban survival, wilderness survival, how to escape and evade, lost or stranded, doomsday prepper, all things survival. You can find on www.daniel-shrigley.com. Come visit my official survival website at www.daniel-shrigley.com and learn how to sustain, survive, and escape and achieve rescue or self-rescue. Well, hello, everybody. So this episode is really, I'm trying to target an audience, women. All right. This is for you ladies out there. Okay. So, sex trafficking. All right. I know you're aware of it. And I want to talk to you about things you can do to mitigate your risk, how to be situationally aware, and some things you could do to protect yourself. And my goal here is to try to get you thinking in the right direction, all right, and changing some of your habits. So it's going to be a very quick, fast, to the point show. It's only going to be a couple minutes. So first off, a woman was kidnapped from a Walmart parking lot. She was 18 years old. She weighed about 160, 170 pounds. She was 18 years old, and she was like 5'9", 5'10". So she wasn't a little girl. All right. Well, I don't know all the details of that, but I bet you I can only assume that she resisted, and that's probably why they killed her. But they kidnapped her from a Walmart parking lot, and they've been doing this in broad daylight. They've been doing it, obviously at night in the cover of darkness. That's where evil likes to lurk. But you ladies need to come to terms with, you might have to protect yourself, but there's some things you can do to make yourself a hard target, which is a hard target, okay? Meaning hard target means difficult, okay? Versus a soft target, which would be an easy target, okay? So we want you to be a hard target, unattractive. Like the criminal mind is going to go take the easier way to get away and get what they want, and then get out of there before they're captured. So they're not going to go for the most difficult thing, otherwise they would. They would do it all the time, but they won't. So the thing about it is you ladies need to start communicating where you're going to go to somebody, all right, and how long you're going to be there. And I really recommend, if you're going to Walmart, Target, any shopping center, any grocery store, anywhere out in public, we're in the times where if you need to take a friend with you and not go alone, or if that's not an option, you need to have some pepper spray on you. You need to have a taser on you. And if you want to know where to go buy these things, go to a police uniform supply store. You can do these. You can go to the police uniform supply store and you can pick up these items. You don't need to have a license or a permit for these items, all right? They're self-defense and you're allowed to carry them by state law. You don't need to have a permit to carry a taser. They have different types of tasers. They have the ones where you have to actually touch the person with it, which means you would have to be physically in that person's space or they would be physically in your space. And you would want to be prepared to use that one because you're going to be up close and personal and you're going to want to zap them. And, you know, and then they have the tasers that shoot prongs, right? And they have little wires connected to those prongs and they shoot out and they're being shot out because of a compressed air from a CO2 cartridge, all right? And they shoot out and they'll stick into that person's skin unless they're wearing a thick jacket or something. It doesn't always penetrate clothing, all right? But if it's just a t-shirt, chances are it might, they should stick in there and penetrate the t-shirt. But the replacement cartridges cost a little bit of money, just depending on the model you buy. It could be $25, it could be like $45, it could be $60 or something like that. But it's not like you're going to go out tasing a bunch of people, so it's better to have a couple extra cartridges on hand. But it's not like you're going to be going out tasing a bunch of people all the time. This is for your self-defense, okay? Then you're going to want to get pepper spray. And I'll tell you the difference between pepper spray and mace. So pepper spray, I carry on duty with me. It's Mark 4 or MK4 First Defense by Defense Technology pepper spray, and it's a 2% stream. Okay, and it's a law enforcement size can of pepper spray, and it's under pressure, so it shoots a stream out. And the target with pepper spray is the eyes, all right? And then naturally, if you're aiming for the eyes, you're going to hit the nose and the mouth, okay? And it's extremely hot, okay? It's an extract of alyssum capsicum, right? And it's very discomforting. It'll burn their eyes. But sometimes it takes a while for this to take effect. It's not instant, okay? And you don't want it used against you by the perpetrator if you spray them and then they try to get it and spray it back on you. So once you spray and coat their whole face with this, if you have to, throw it far away from you, all right? So they can't turn around and use it on you. And then the whole object is your objective is to put as much distance between you and that perpetrator as possible and get help and scream for help. Call 911. Hey, call 911. Help. I don't know this guy. He's trying to kidnap me. I don't know this guy. He's a criminal. He's trying to kidnap me. He's a sex trafficker. I don't know this guy. Help me. Someone's going to call for help, all right? And run up to security. Run up to a manager. When you're walking into a business, know where the manager's office is. Know where the employees are. Know where a loss prevention office is. Take a moment when you walk into a Target or a Walmart. Hey, where's your loss prevention office? Just in case I feel uncomfortable walking around. Because the sex traffickers will stalk you in the store. They'll stalk you in the parking lot. They'll stalk you on your way out the store to your car. They might not even engage you in the Walmart parking lot because they know there's a camera, but they'll wait till you get down the street a ways, and then when you come to a red light and stop, they'll bump your bumper. And so, oh, wow, someone just hit my bumper. I got to get out the car. And now we got to exchange information. And then that's when they jump out and either carjack you, kidnap you, or rob you, or whatever their intention is. All right. So, if someone does that and it's at night and you look in the rearview mirror and you see 4 heads popping around in there, drive to the nearest police department. All right. I'd rather get in trouble for, failing to stop at an accident, driving straight to the police department while I'm on the phone calling the police. But you have to legitimately have this real concern, okay? Man, hey, I just got bumped by a car, but I think it's a setup. I think they're either trying to rob me or they're sex traffickers. I am not pulling over for this car at any cost. I need a police officer to meet me so I feel safe. Naturally in your everyday life, if someone bumps your car, you're going to pull over. But if you look in the mirror and it just feels like, I don't know, this seems kind of weird, and pay attention. You need to be situationally aware. Don't pull into a parking lot and pull up to a kidnapper van and park right next to it. Don't pull up into a parking lot and park next to a car that's got 5 dudes sitting inside of it. And don't fall for there's 2 females and 3 guys, or 2 females and 2 dudes. All right. If you see a car, it's a big car, park next to the smaller cars for one, and don't park next to the kidnapper van. Okay. Try to think safety first. Safety first will always mitigate your risk. Okay. And your whole objective in life should be risk mitigation factors. Safety first. Okay. So by you doing that, you'll create new habits. All right. Keep your head on a swivel. All right. You're walking around, you're in a store. Don't have your nose buried in the price tags. Look up and look around you. All right. Be aware of what's going on around you. Make sure no one's following you through the store. Because if they're following you, they're either loss prevention or they have bad intentions. All right. A lot of girls will go out in public. They're all wearing their little leggings and showing off their physique, and guys are giving them attention all the time. One of those times you're dressing like that, you're going to attract a sex trafficker's attention. And they're going to want to make money off of you. They're going to want to enslave you for themselves, whatever it is. They're going to string you out amphetamines. They're going to string you out on fentanyl. They're going to string you out on heroin. They're going to string you out on something to get you addicted to a drug that's hyper addictive. And then you're going to be loyal to them now because you need that next fix to make the pain go away. You know what I mean? So you guys need to start thinking safety first. If you live in a county like San Joaquin County or Sacramento County of California and you're a woman, go file for your CCW permit, okay? If you live in Alameda County, you might get it, but it's harder. If you live in San Francisco County, don't count on it, all right? So if you have a hard time getting a CCW, you don't need a permit to get a taser. You don't need a permit to carry pepper spray. Now, mace works differently than pepper spray. It comes in the same kind of can, but it's a different chemical, it has a different label on it, all right? Mace is something you can spray on their chest, right around under their collarbone area, okay? Right on their sternum, all right? And what happens is that when that spray hits their shirt, as it evaporates, it creates a chemical irritation in their eyes, nose, and mouth, all right? And it takes a little bit for that mace to work. And then you can spray them in the face. You can spray them on their chest. But for mace to work, it just needs to hit them on their, on their front of their chest and neck area, their face, okay? For pepper spray to work, you must hit them in the face, all right? Hitting them in their chest is not going to work. But mace will work. But pepper spray works faster than mace, okay? Although it works faster, it still takes a little bit of time for it to take effect, all right? And some people are not as affected as other people by mace. So I suggest carry mace and a pepper spray. If you can afford the $1,600 pepper spray gun that law enforcement, not pepper spray, taser that law enforcement carries, then I would go buy that, all right? It's bright yellow. It's about $1,600. You can get them a little cheaper than that if you step down the model. But get one that shoots the projectile. But know that it will not go through all material. So if they're wearing a thick jacket, those prongs that shoot out because they're shot out through by air pressure from a CO2 cartridge, all right? Kind of like a paintball gun, right? But or a pellet gun. Right, but it shoots out pretty rapidly and it sticks into their skin. It's got little barbs and it's pronged, okay? And that's best because it allows you to keep a little distance and you can zap that guy until they're compliant and stop. The whole objective is if you have to engage someone, you need to put distance between that person and you and get away and call for help. Call 911, all right? If you had to use your pepper spray, if you had to use your taser, that's a 911 call. All right, not non-emergency, 911. Okay, and call for help immediately. The best way is to avoid. All right, the best way is to flee. If you can get in your car and drive away, by all means, go get in your car. Don't be combative. Don't be you're obviously pissed. You're obviously scared. All right, so put distance between you. Get to a safe place. Call the police. All right, drive straight to the police department if you need to. All right, take a self-defense class. All right, take a class that teaches you how to use everyday objects as a defense tool or weapon. All right, if you're a barkeeper, they have classes that barkeepers can take that teach them how to use every average day things that are at a bar as a weapon if they ever have to get into a bar fight to defend themselves. But there's everyday average objects you can take and use as a weapon. It's just use your creative mind. All right, but it's really smart to carry pepper spray. It's really smart to carry a taser, and it's even smarter to practice your Second Amendment right and carry a firearm. All right, but take training on that. I recommend taking a CCW class, get trained so you know when to legally shoot and when you can't legally shoot, to help you prevent you from being charged with manslaughter or mayhem or murder or second-degree murder or whatever, attempted murder. All right, that way you know the law and you know how to operate within the confines of the law. All right, that way you can justify your action when you need to because you use proper escalations of force. This is Dan Shrigley. Just want you to get into that survival mindset. Sex trafficking is horrible. I'm reading about women seems like every too often. But this week, they found the woman that was kidnapped from Walmart, and I guess she was abducted in broad daylight or something. And then they found her in Nevada. They found her body, and she's dead. So it's a sad chain of events. All right, people, safety first, always.
Survive this.
Proficient Protection Agency is based out of Alameda, California. If you have security service needs, Proficient Protection Agency can provide armed and unarmed security services. They service Northern California Bay Area, and you can find them at www.ppasecurity.com. If you want to advertise your company on Survival Talk Radio, just send me an email to daniel@daniel-shrigley.com, and we can make arrangements to advertise you or your business on Survival Talk Radio. Are you a fan of survival? Do you like all things survival? Full spectrum survival, urban survival, wilderness survival, how to escape and evade, lost or stranded, doomsday prepper, all things survival, you can find on www.daniel-shrigley.com. Come visit my official survival website at www.daniel-shrigley.com and learn how to sustain, survive, and escape and achieve rescue or self-rescue.